So how do you get sleep with a newborn? This is the ultimate question, especially when you have a baby. Everybody's going to be asking you, oh, are you getting enough sleep? You're probably not getting enough sleep. And I just want to say my husband and I developed a schedule where we were able to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night, if not more. In particular, I wanted to heal and be the best mom that I could as soon as possible, and so I knew that getting rest was essential and crucial to my healing and also to my mental state to help prevent any type of postpartum depression and all of that. So, of course, you can't really prevent postpartum depression if you're prone to having it and you're going to have it chemically. I don't really know exactly why it happens, but I do believe there are ways to help prevent it. For instance, getting enough rest, eating well, maybe encapsulating your placenta, and being around community, having other people help you, and things like that, not being isolated. But anyway, that's aside from the point. So I'm going to leave a link below because I feel like the schedule is easier to be read on a chart than to be explained and soak everything in. But basically what I did was anywhere between 5 and 8 p.m. I would go to sleep, and I actually slept in our guest room, and if you can do that, it's better because then you're not around the baby, you're not around anybody, you're just isolated in a room and you're just going to sleep. Don't pick up your phone, don't be on your laptop, but when it's time to sleep, go to sleep. Now, I was exclusively breastfeeding, so obviously every 2-3 hours I had to wake up. And we started the schedule 2 weeks after we had the baby, so my baby was on a every 3-hour feeding schedule. Now what I did was while I slept, my husband watched the baby. And then 3 hours from when I first started sleeping, my husband would bring my baby in and would pretty much put the baby on my boob, and I would half asleep feed the baby. As soon as I was done feeding, I would hand the baby back to my husband, and then he would leave. I would go back to sleep. My husband would do all the burping, the changing, and putting the baby back to sleep. Now 3 hours past that point, he would come back into the room. Baby would latch again, feed. I would give the baby back. I would go back to sleep. This happened for 3 sessions, and so between those 3 sessions, I would sleep 9 hours, and then it would be my shift. So then once my shift came around, my husband would go to sleep into the guest room, and I would hang out with the baby. I would feed the baby, change the baby, and then put the baby back to sleep. Now during that time, I could sleep as well, or I could read a book. I could do whatever I wanted to during that time because I got 9 hours of sleep. But of course I did try to rest even more. I like to sip on tea. I read some books, I journaled, and things like that. So it was a nice time for not only myself, but it was a time where my husband was getting deep sleep. So he would sleep his normal amount of anywhere from 7 to 10 hours. My husband tends to sleep less than I do, and I believe I read somewhere that men don't need as much sleep as women for some reason. But anyway, so my husband would get uninterrupted sleep during that time, and then we'd have some hours during the day when we would both be awake and we'd be able to enjoy the baby together. I believe that having this schedule not only gave us the ability to sleep, which is the biggest thing when you have a newborn, but it made us happier as well and healthier because we're not only able to rest our bodies, but we were able to have a sound mind because we weren't going crazy from lack of sleep. I feel like the biggest mistake that newborn parents have is to think that both of you have, or both the partner and the person who had the baby needs to be doing every diaper change together or needs to be doing every feeding together or whatnot. I feel like having a schedule like that can help provide the baby with better parents to a certain degree, and also helps the parents stay sane. So that's my suggestion. If you want sleep, check out the schedule on my website and go ahead and ask me some questions if you have any. Thanks!